Steve Legros with the City of Yuma Fire Department. I'm a suppression captain, and I'm currently assigned as a support services captain with the City of Yuma. And in my current role, I do a lot of the very upper level overhead planning for the fire department. That includes facilities planning, capital improvement projects, and strategic planning. But to give you a little bit of background about my history in the fire department and how I got to where I am today, I started, my interest in the fire department started when I was a very young boy, and I watched a show called Emergency, and that really sparked my interest in the fire service. I had some family friends that were involved in the fire service at the time, some friends of my parents, and so I was exposed to that. I got to see a little bit of the ins and outs of the fire department over the years, and so it was something that just kind of resonated with me for a number of years. And it really didn't come to the surface until I was in high school, and I was exposed to it again. I had a friend that was a volunteer firefighter in the area, and I spent some time with him. I got to see a little bit more behind the scenes as I was a little bit older and understood a little bit more of what the fire department does. As I graduated high school, I became involved in some volunteer work with a couple of different organizations doing first aid and fire-related services. And then that was at the point that I decided that I wanted to be in the fire service. So things have changed dramatically over the years with the fire service and how to get involved in the fire service. Back when I started, it was really just a simple process of taking a test. You took a written test, you did a physical agility test, you did a series of interviews, and then you either got picked up or you didn't, and you just kept testing and kept trying to get on. And now it's becoming a lot more competitive, and every fire department in the area and most fire departments in the country require a minimum of a high school diploma, and a lot of them are now starting to require advanced degrees, so an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree. With the City of Yuma Fire Department, you can actually get hired with a high school diploma, and we do what we call a certified hire. We take folks that are already certified as firefighters, and we put them through an orientation academy, and then we put them on the floor and they actually operate as firefighters. Many departments, many of the fire departments in the valley, larger municipalities, they do an uncertified hire, which means that you can come in off the street with your high school diploma, and you can take the test and interview with them and get hired. They put you through a much longer academy. Many of them are at a minimum of 18 weeks. And then when you come out of that academy, you're fully certified. You're certified as a firefighter, firefighter 1 and 2, and you're also certified as either an Arizona EMT, emergency medical technician, and or a certified emergency paramedic. So there's a couple of different ways to do that. Locally, we rely heavily on the junior college, on Arizona Western College. They provide a fire academy for students in the area, and they also provide the EMT program, the emergency medical technician program. And so by taking those two courses at AWC, within about a year and a half, you will have all the certifications you need to work for any of the fire departments in the area. Right now, that is the minimum requirement for the City of Yuma, primarily because of the amount of time it takes for us to put on an academy. We do a certified hire, which reduces the amount of time that we have to spend training the personnel. They can go right on the floor. We can get them on a truck or on an ambulance pretty quickly. And so that's kind of a shorter time frame to get from point A to point B. One of the unique things about the fire department is there's so many different things you can be involved in. You can be an emergency medical technician. You could go to advanced training and become a paramedic. You can do hazardous materials response, which we have a team of approximately 25 personnel that respond to incidents that involve hazardous materials, hazardous chemicals. And with the industry that we have in the area, that's pretty prevalent. You can do technical rescue, which is one of my favorites, and that is doing a lot of unusual things, climbing on towers and hanging from helicopters and a number of different things involving technical rescue, primarily rope rescue, but also water rescue. We do a confined space rescue, trench rescue. It's a number of different disciplines that fall under that category. And then there's promotional opportunities. Everybody starts off as a firefighter. Most folks will work as a firefighter for about 3 to 5 years, and then they'll promote to the next position, which is an engineer. An engineer is the one that operates the fire truck. They operate the fire pump. There's a lot of math that's involved with that, hydraulics that you have to know. But now in my career, I look back and that's probably my favorite job on the fire department. I can't think of anybody that doesn't like fire trucks and playing with the siren and driving fire trucks. But as you grow in that field, most folks will move to a leadership role, and that role would be a captain. And the captain is responsible for the management of the group of firefighters on his truck or on his ambulance within the station. So as a captain, you manage a fire station. You manage the 5 to 8 people that work for you at that fire station. And then from there on, we move to a battalion chief position, which is responsible for an entire crew. So the city fire department operates with what we call a platoon system. We have 6 stations with 8 engine companies and 5 ambulance companies. The battalion chief is responsible for all of those stations on any given day. So each day there's a different crew working, and there might be as many as 40 firefighters working amongst those 6 stations and those 8 engine companies and 5 medic companies. So that battalion chief is responsible for all those people for that day. They also are our command oversight on major incidents. So they're the person that is running the incident and managing resources and managing the outcome of major incidents. So it's a lot of responsibility. And then moving from that position, we go to division chiefs, which manage different divisions within the fire department. For example, I just recently worked in the training division, and we were responsible for all the internal training for all of our personnel. So we were teaching classes, we were providing curriculum, we were providing drills and different type of instruction for different facets of the fire department and all the different things that firefighters need to know. And there's a chief that's involved that oversees all of that department. And then there's also chiefs for our EMS, our medical services division. So there's a lot of different things to do within the fire department. I've found that it's been very rewarding. I grew up here in Yuma. I had opportunities to leave, and for some reason I just kept being drawn back. And the nice thing about starting with a department the size of the Yuma Fire Department, or even any of the other fire departments in the area, is you grow with that department. So as that department grows, you grow with that department. And there's more opportunities, in my opinion, to advance to higher levels within those agencies than you would if you were to go to a larger municipality where you're working with thousands of firefighters in one organization. So promotions, specialty programs, those type of things become harder and harder to get into when you have that many folks working in those organizations. So there's a lot of really good things to do within the fire department. A lot of very interesting things. I think there's probably something for everyone if you're interested in that as a career field. It's very rewarding. It's very hard work, and as everybody knows, in the summertime in Yuma, it gets hot, and so as a firefighter, you get to feel that it gets pretty uncomfortable. But I can tell you that it's a lot more fun than it is painful. we dread the summertime, but it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of camaraderie. You live at a fire station for 24 hours at a time, and it's just like living at home. You have a kitchen, you have a dorm room, you have a television, and after 5 o'clock, it's just like being at home. We watch the ball games, we cook, and we eat together. There's a lot of camaraderie. It's like a second family. And I can't think of anything I would have rather have done than be a firefighter. If you're interested more about the fire service in general, you can contact the City of Yuma Fire Department. You can contact our non-emergency number, which is 928-373-4850. You can go to the City of Yuma's website, and we have information under on the departments page under the fire department. It talks about the City of Yuma Fire Department, what we do, all the different things we're involved in. I would recommend that, and anytime there's a career fair, job fair that you can attend, we always have representatives at those. So do all the other fire departments in the area, and there are a number of fire departments in the area. So the City of Yuma is not just the only one. There are City of Somerton, City of San Luis, Rural Metro, MCAS Yuma, YPG. There's a number of fire departments in the area, and most of the folks that work at these fire departments I've known for years, because we all grew up in the same school districts, and we're friends over the years. They're all good places to work and great places to get experience.